What's up, Roulette Fools? Brent with AOB. Happy Friday. For those of you who haven't been around for the last couple months, I retired, and I retired a little bit back ago last year, and so every day is Friday, except for Thursdays. I've always loved Thursdays because the weekend was next, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it doesn't matter to me now, but the gang says, can we keep Thursdays? So we're going to keep Thursdays. All right, I'm going to show you a strategy that it's actually a series of strategies, but it's let's call it an overall strategy that to me is the safest way to play roulette over a longer period of time if you want to sit at the table for a long time. So stick with me. What we're going to do, and I'm going to show you how we can scale this as well. I'm starting out with a much bigger bet, but we're playing Romanovsky to start. We're playing $25 units. For those of you that are not familiar with Romanovsky, you put 3 units on on any dozen you want. You put 3 units on any second dozen you want, and whichever open dozen there is, you put 1 unit on 2 corners each. So you can see we don't have the second dozen covered. We are going to put a unit on 2 corners there for a total of 8 units to win 1 unit. It's covering 32 numbers. Okay, we just won. So now that we won that, we got $25. Our goal is to never use our own money again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down and we're going to play 5 double streets. Now, everything's a risk. You could lose on that first Romanovsky. You could lose on this one. It's house money right now, but we could lose on it and take us down to 0. And then we'd have to go back and start again, and you can lose. So the risk, there's always risk of losing your money. Make no mistake about it. But at least in this one, you're hopefully, if you play this right, you're only risking right from the very beginning. Okay. So now we got there, and I'm going to show you how to play this the safest way. Then I'm going to show you how I play it. And then I'm going to show you how we scale it down. All right, so now we're going to go down to dollar units, but we only have a 50 cents. And we went from a 32 number coverage system, right, to a 30 number coverage system with 5 double streets. In this case, we played goalpost. Now we're going to a 27 number coverage system, 9 streets. In this case, we call this one Centipede. I've always called this one Centipede 3 because it starts on the 3rd street. If you'll recall, when I first started playing these, I called it Centipede 1 if you were starting on the 1st street. I love Centipede 3. We just lost, but guess what? We only lost $9. Okay, we only lost $9. So we're still up in the arc. So in this case, you could keep playing that if you wanted to. What I do, though, is I'm going to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to start it again. Okay? Now, again, you don't have to. If you want to play uber safe, you could start again with $1 units here. So I'm going to show you right through the way that I normally play it. If I'm playing my safer mode, I'm going to show you how I might play it if I play normal mode for me, and then I'm going to show you the absolute safest way at the end that you can play this so that you don't run into any of this stuff. Okay. Let's go. So we got back that amount. So our high was at 30. So now we have even more. All right. So we're going to go back to 9 streets, Centipede 3, right? We're going to double it. So we got $1 unit for $9. In 27 numbers, when you play 9 streets with 1 unit, you're going to win 3 units profit. Okay. So in this case, if we win, we're going to win 3 units. So again, we went from Romanovsky, 32 number coverage system, to 5 double street, 30 coverage system. And I think we actually just skipped the 5 double street system, right? So we went straight to this, which is okay. That's the beauty about this system, is that you can use whatever strats you want along the way. You don't have to use my strats. All right. So now that we won at 9, now we're going from a 27 number system that we just played to a 24 number system. And I'm going to use $5 units. And I'm going to play second and third dozen. Covers 24 numbers. So what we want to do in this system is go from a very high coverage, high probability chance of winning, although the amount that you're winning relative to your bet size is low. So with Romanovsky, it's an 8-to-1 system. Means you put 8 units down, you only win 1. Then you go to 5 double street system, which is 5 units down to win 1, to a 27 number system, which is 9 units to win 3 units. Now we're down to 2 dozens, which are 2 units to win 1 unit. Okay, so we just won 20. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the first stage of what I call Mickey Mouse, and that's covering 20 numbers. And I'm going to put a $5 bet to cover 20 numbers. So the last one, 2 dozen, that's 24 numbers. We're scaling down again. We're going to a 20 number system. This bet's 5. Your profit, if you hit right here, is 80%. So 80% times 5 is $4. We bet $5 here. If we win, we're going to win $4. All right, so let's see how this goes. And our goal is, it's a nice thing, it's a challenge to see, can you get through the complete gauntlet every single time? And the answer is no, we did not get through the gauntlet. Now here's the beauty. All right, we only lost $5. We're still in the green. So you can start all over if you want, but you can start over with a much lower amount. You can stay completely within it. I'm going to go ahead and do Romanovsky this time with $5 units. For a $45 bet, it's even riskier. You could go in, I would recommend you do this with $1 units, and you play as long as you can. So I'm telling you the way I play conservatively. I'm going to show you the way I play it normally. And then, so we're at 49. Our high was 54. That only won us $5. So I'm going to, let's see, it went 54. Okay, so we're back. And now we're going to go into 5 double streets. I'm going to pull my bet way down because we want to stay in the green. There, so we're going to go to $1. Let's be a little risky here. Let's go $2. Actually, let's go $3. Double clicking on stake gets you a triple X bet. All right. So now, even so with this, we're risking $15. We have $54. We're playing with nothing but house money this entire time. After those first bets, we pulled our own money off, and now we're going to sit at the table for as long as we need to or we want to, playing with nothing but house money. Okay, so we won on our 5 double streets. That's 30 number coverage system. We're going to go down to our 9 coverage system. 9 streets here, centipede 3. And I'm going to bet $9 on this one. Again, 9 units to win 3 units. We have yet to get through the gauntlet, so I'm hoping I can show you that we get all the way through the gauntlet. And once you get through the gauntlet, we run it back, except there's a twist when we run it back. I'm going to show you because we don't want to be risking. So it changes. If you get through the gauntlet and you're in profit, it changes how we're going to go through the next time. Oh, she will not. I don't do well with this dealer. I've been playing with this dealer several times over this last week, and I never do well with her. Okay, so what we're going to do is $5 units. We lost $9. And we're going to cover here. And actually, yeah, we're just going to stay there. This covers $40. So we're still in the area where if we lose, we're still up $8. Okay. And theoretically, we could keep going with $8, but we would bring our bets way down. So I'm going to show you, though, what I like to do when I play this is I like to at least make sure when I go back to step one, I recover what was lost at any step of the way. Okay. And she is super fond of hitting 19 and 22. I'm not kidding you. I looked back. There's a 22 there. There's a 19 there. There's a 22 here. So I've been kind of looking at the board. The high, we could actually probably leave this first dozen. I'm going to play it again. Let's leave this first dozen with the 2 corners because this gives us our risk here with these 4 numbers here plus 0. So let's cover the first because she's really not, if you look up here, she hasn't been, but let's see what happens. All right, so if we win this one, we would have recovered what we lost along the way. You don't have to, though, is what I'm saying. This is how I play it because, well, I like to make a little bit more money while trying to be safe at the same time. It's the best. Oh, of course. Oh, I thought she was going to roll in the 1, which we would have had covered anyway. But just when we were saying she wasn't going to hit. Doesn't she look like the actress that was on Criminal Minds for a while? All right, now we're going to go down to 5 double streets. And we're going to do that. Then we're going to triple it up so that we win $3 on this one here. All right. So our goal now is to keep playing. We're not risking any of our own money. You can relax and play. And now the challenge is, because I like to give myself challenges, is it's not so much about how much you're making each spin as is, can I get through the gauntlet each time? How can I get through the gauntlet? So it's sort of like us versus them from a gauntlet perspective. And I think that takes your mind off of how much you're actually making. if you want. Okay, so now we're going to 9th Street, Centipede 3. Let's see if we can get through the gauntlet. Man, I normally don't have this much trouble getting through the gauntlet. How many times have we tried this? This is our 3rd time. All right, so again, we've gone from a 32 number system to a 30 number system to a 27 number system. If we get past this, we'll go to a 24 number system. And like I said, you can supplant any of these strategies with your own and put any order you want in. I like going from a high coverage and narrowing my coverage as I go because it enables me to have my bet sizes be smaller. All right, there we go. I feel like we have a good chance of getting through from the 27. Now we're going to 24. We're going to bet $10 here, just $5 per thing. We're going to go to 24. Let's see if we can win this one. Then we're going to go to step 1 of our Mickey Mouse system. Mixie Mouse, which when I play the step 1 of Mixie Mouse, I put 1 unit on these 20 streets, either 2nd or 3rd. What the heck was that? We'll take it because it's 34, but they're not going to allow it to go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you until this is fixed so we're not just sitting here. Okay, we're back. The manager is fixing whatever it is that they say that she did. I think she spun it kind of funky to where it didn't go around. It just literally stopped. That's all right. Let's see if that's going to take her out of her groove. We want 2nd and 3rd. I have a feeling like now she's going to go into the first dozen, but let's see if I'm wrong. Ooh, I am wrong. Okay, so we got through 2 dozens. Now our next one is going from 24 system. We're going to go down to 20 numbers. And the reason why I cover it this way instead of the normal way, with Mickey Mouse, I'd cover these all individually, but because time is an issue and we're not going to go to Mickey Mouse 2, so we're just going to leave it at Mickey Mouse 1. We can just place the units on the corners instead of an individual unit on here. Plus, it enables us to do a smaller size bet. All right, unless you use 10-cent units, then you can do a $2 bet here as well. But you could put 10-cent units on 5 corners if you wanted. All right, come on, hit so we can get through the gauntlet. Oh my gosh, she will not let us get through the gauntlet. All right, so I'm going to show you a conservative way, which is the way that I'm going to show you later. But you still see we're way up here. So we're going to go to Romanovsky. We just lost $5. I am just going to bet $5, this much, to get us back into contention with what we lost. But we don't have to. You could go down to 10-cent bets, 5-cent bets. So if you want to keep playing for a long time, after you get to a certain amount here, you can lower your bets. And I'm going to show you that here. We'll actually play that way to show you. This can be a really good grinder if you want to sit at the table, the online tables, and you don't mind making a much lower amount because your bankroll is much lower and you want to take the risk out. You can easily do it. All right, so we won that one. We're going to go to 5 double streets. That gets us right back to where at the 64 and gets us back to the 69, what we recovered. So we're going to go 5 double streets. Now what I'm going to do to minimize the risk, because we're already back where we were all the way down the line to the Mickey Mouse level, is I'm only going to bet half units here. And if you want, theoretically, you can make this your own. You could jump all the way down to that strategy and start there. But like I said, it's a challenge to me to start all the way from the top and see if I can get through. We have not done it yet. So let's see if we can do it. All right, there's a win. So we're going from a 5 double street, 30 number coverage. Now we're going to go down to 9 streets. And you can do whatever 9 streets you want. I'm going to choose Mickey Mouse, Centipede 3. And I'm going to leave it with 50-cent bets because we're going to keep it down low. Because the goal at this point is we're already up here. I actually really just want to get down to the 20 number system because that's the system that we haven't gone past yet. But the way that I also play this is every time I start over at step 1, I bet it the same way I did at the very beginning, trying to continue to build this big lead. But that comes with unnecessary risk that you don't have to have. All right, there we go. There we go. We hit Centipede 3. Now we're going to go to 2 dozens. And I'm going to just keep it at 50 cents. This will, no matter what, keep us above this $69. And that's what I like to do. No matter what, however you play this, when you start at the beginning, see if every time you lose, at least you're making more money when you get through it again, right? You don't want to slowly be stepping down by placing your bet so small that you never catch up with your losses every time you do. So just make sure when you lose, you set your bets accordingly so that hopefully in your first 3 of these progressions, as you go down from Romanovsky to 5 double streets to centipede, your bets are enough to at least by those stages cover it. All right, we won that. Now we're going to go to step 1 of Mickey Mouse. And we're going to go back up to our original $5 bet. Again, this pays 80% of whatever your profit is 80% of whatever your total bet is. In this case, it's $5. 80% of 5 is 4. So if she allows us to finally hit one here on this 20 number system, then we will win $4 profit on this one. And we can move on to the next stage. Yes, we finally got one. All right, so that's 20 number system. Our final will be an 18 number system. And for me, that's going to be all on black. Okay. Now I'm just going to put $1 here because it's more ceremonial at this point because we're trying to stay in here and I'm trying to show you how to play a conservative. If I were playing, this would be like a $25 bet, but we're going with $1. I'm kind of want to show you some good best practices here instead of just the way Brent plays it. Because if I'm playing it, I play it a lot more aggressive with the same idea of how this one works of trying to stay with house money. So we lose, but we lose $1. Big deal. Okay, so I'm going to wipe that out. You see how that goes, and we'd start all over again. So now I'm going to play it in the strictest fashion, and we're going to lower our bankroll amount to, or not lower our bankroll, we're going to lower our unit sizes. So we're going to play Romanovsky. I'm going to show you. You can do this with anything you want. We're going to start with $5 units, and I'm going to play this one exactly how I would want you to play it or myself to play it if I want to play this the safest version, the most conservative version that it can do so that we never lose money outside of our first couple of bets. All right, we got lucky. We won that one, so we're up $5. Now it's simply a matter of playing within that $5. So we're going to come down here. We're going to go 5 double streets. All right, we're playing with 250. So if we lose this, we're still up 250. Okay. And again, it's the biggest risk comes in your first couple of progressions as you're playing this strategy. As you build and build this up, you exponentially decrease your risk because you no longer, like right here, if I lose 250, we could have gone to 10-cent bets, right? It would have been a 50-cent bet only. So you can take this down even further, make this even more conservative here. Depends on how much you want to make per minute, right? So let's go for a goal of maybe 10 cents, 50 cents a minute. All right, so we did that. We're going to go down to 10-cent units, and we're going to go down from a 30 to a 27, which in this case for me is centipede 3. You can play any system you want. You could go to a 28 number system. A lot of you there's plenty of 28 systems out there like V28. You don't have to go from a 30 to 27. Hell, you could go to a 30 to a 28 to a 27. Have fun with this. I mean, and it just makes sense when you play this, especially online, that it takes away all that risk and anxiety of going, oh crap, what if I lose this? So the great thing about this system is you can play all day on this. If you get past the initial stages, you can play for a long, long time without worry. If you go into the casinos, what was that? We just did the 9 streets. All right, so we're going to go 2 dozens. And I'm going to at least risk 50 cents on each dozen. We're going to risk 2 dozens. If you go to the casino, you can do the same exact thing, except because of casino minimums, you got to understand what are the casino minimums for each of these, right? If it's a $15 table, you're going to have to work backwards, and your Romanovsky and your 5 double streets and your centipedes are going to have to be a significantly higher starting amount so that you can have $15, which would be a $30 bet down here. All right, we won that one. All right, so we're up. We're up. Look at that, 630. We're going 10-cent units. And we're just going to play this for a while now. Sure, it's only a 50-cent bet. We win, right? We win 480. So 48 cents, right? 50 cents times, no, excuse me, 50 cents times 8 is 40. So we're going to win 40 cents here if we win this one. If we don't, we lose 50 cents. And look, we're still way up here in the green. I'm showing you a really conservative way of playing this right now. And this is how it was intended. All right, there you go. We just hit. So we should have 670 now. That's 20 cents. And now we're going to go to the second and third. And I'm going to go ahead and risk that. We went 20 number system. Now we're going to an 18 number system. And I always go all on black. I have to go all on black. This isn't all on black, but at least I'm playing black. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's see if we can get to the gauntlet. On the first pass, nonetheless. Boom! We just did it. We got through the gauntlet. All right, so now we're going to rinse and repeat, except the nice thing about it this time is you get to choose what you want on Romanowski. You can be as risky as you want. You can go back to a $5 unit if you want to play within your means. 10-cent units. So we're going to go 50-cent units. We're going to go 50 cents for a $4 bet here. And this wins us 50 cents. Now, let me tell you some variations. You can, and I've done all these. You can stick at Romanowski, say for 3 or 4 spins if you want to risk it with the high coverage system and get your bankroll a little bit higher. So you right off the get-go, you can go to Romanowski. Like right now, let's make a commitment to go Romanowski 3 times. Again, the more you do this, the more your risk is, because this is a high coverage system, yes, but when you lose, you're losing 8 units and you're only winning 1 unit, right? So we're risking $4 of our $7.70. That's pretty risky. So I don't recommend you do it this way unless you get way up there. Your profit is getting up there to where when you go back to the top, you can afford, and it's still a relatively small amount of your green space here. Then you go ahead and play this a couple times. Boom, another win. That's 2. We're going to go for 1 more. And these are giving us, right, 50 cents wins per spin. And then we're going to go through the rest of the way. The other variation you can do is as you go down the line, if you lose, you don't have to come all the way back up to Romanowski. You could start again at 5 Double Street. Hell, you could drop Romanowski completely if you're like, I don't like Romanowski. It's 8-1 is just too risky with too little payout. I'm going to start with 5 Double Streets. Or maybe you don't like 5 Double Streets and you say, I'm going to start out with, 2 dozens. Or you can tune this any way you want. All right, so we won that 3 times. So now we're going to go down to 5 Double Streets. And I'm going to do 50-cent bets here. And we are going to go from this point on, we're just going to go on. And now what I'm going to do differently this time is as we go down, if we lose, I'm going to be looking to start again with a much lower bet to keep us in the green. We're not going to do unnecessary risk. I should have started the timer on this one to show you how much we can make every minute we play this. All right, boom. That's a win. And now we're going to go 10 cents for 27 number coverage. That was a 30 number coverage system. We're going to go 10 cents. And we're going to go. By the way, I call this system Twister. It's like a tornado, right? You start with high coverage systems and you work yourself down. You could call it funnel. You could call it whatever you want. Inverted triangle. I don't know. You can call it a lot of things, right? But I know there's other funnel systems out there. I don't want to get confused, so I just call it Twister. It just makes sense to me. And if you know by our systems, we like to kind of give our systems funky names. Boom. There we go. We just won on 9th Street Centipede. So that's 27 number system. Now we're going to go 50 cents. We're going to go second and third dozen. You could do 10-cent bets here. Nothing wrong with that. So kind of figure out how much you want to make per minute, which the average is, right? These spins are hitting somewhere around 45 to 55 seconds per spin. Figure out what you want to overall win per minute and adjust your betting accordingly. And a couple things else you can do is, let's say you get to this point and instead of going through the funnel every time, the twister every single time, you could stop on one strategy and like play it until you lose. That's another kind of a cool variation. All right, we just won. All right, that's 24 numbers. Now we're going to go 10-cent bets to Mickey Mouse 1. We're going to play this with 10 cents. So if we lose this, we only lose 50 cents, which we just won on the previous spin. So now, not only are we staying in our profit, we're only playing with the amount that we won from the previous one. So that's the very last way I'm going to show you on this, which is even more conservative. You kind of have to start, but it's instead of saying I'm going to stay in the green no matter what through all the play is, after when you bet your next progression, the lesser coverage, you can only bet with as much as the profit you made from the previous one. Okay, and I'm going to show you that real quick. Oh, wait, we hit a 13, and now all we got left is all to put it on black. We went from a 20 number system, now we're going 18. Some of you may want to choose to go all the way down to a 10 number or 8 number or 5 number and put, 50 cents on 5 numbers, 10 cents each on 5 numbers, and see if you can get a whack and you're willing to risk it. I would suggest if you're going to do that, wait till you get your profit up quite a ways till you're at a point where you're like, okay, I'm really comfortable with where I'm at. I don't mind losing 50 cents because if you put 10 cents on 5 numbers, your probability of hitting that is pretty low. All right, so we just lost 10 cents. Okay, so we're going to start over just real quick here, and I'm going to show you what I mean. We're going to start off with Romanovsky with 5 cents, with $5 units. We're going to hope that she keeps hitting down there. Cover this one, and we're going to cover this one. All right. So this is the safest, most conservative way of playing this system right here. And you, again, just adjust it to fit your style of play or your comfort level of risk. Okay, so we just won. We want to get off of this. The goal is to get off of these higher coverage systems because they have such a slap in the face when you lose. So we're up $5. So now what we're going to do is we don't want to play with more than that. So I'm literally going to go down to 10 cents. And online, if your bankroll is really low, let's say your bankroll is only $50, you're risking 25 of it on that first spin. You don't want to do that ever again, right? So now we're coming down, we're only risking 50 cents. That's pretty good comparatively to what we just won, right? So we're going really low. Now, if we win this, the problem with this is we're only winning 10 cents. I can't bet lower than 10 cents on the next ones, right? So I either have to play this one several times because the next one's going to be, I need at least 90 cents. That only wins me 10 cents. So you have two choices. Keep playing 5 double streets at a really low amount, and you're going to have to win 9 times, or go like this. We're betting $2. We're still within our area, and this is going to win 40 cents. And if we win this, we have to win twice at this, and then we already won at 10 cents. That gives us the 90 cents. Okay, then we can proceed. Because every step, you cannot bet more than the amount you won from the previous step. All right, and this will give us, now we're up 50 cents from this step. We won 40 plus 10. So we're going to win one more of these. That would give us 90 cents. And actually, I'm going to bring it back down to 10 cents so that we have win $1. So that when we go to Centipede 3 and we risk 90 cents, even if we lose those, we're still up 10 cents from the previous step. That's, to me, the ultimate way to do it. Get it so that you're playing below what you won in the first one, but that you always keep a little bit of profit at every step, even if you lose on the next one. To me, that's ideal. All right, let's go. And look, we're still at 550 right now after only a couple spins, and we're betting really low. There we go. So that's 2. So now what I'm going to do is, like I said, that's 90 cents, which would cover the next bet, but I want to at least walk away with some profit if we lose it. But again, this is also a risk. We lose this, we lose 50 cents, right? But I'm willing to risk it. All right, let's go. She's doing really well for us. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. So we won it. So now we won $1 there. So now we're going to go to 9th Street because we don't have something lower than 10 cents. That's why when I like playing this, I start with a bigger denomination so that you don't come in this issue. I prefer being able to hit it once or twice at a level and then move on, but that's okay. So now we're risking our 90 cents, but we made $1 from the previous step. So even if we lose this, we're 10 cents higher than we were after the second step. And let's see what happens. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me if you think this is utter dog shit. Tell me if you see some permutations of this that you think would do really well. All right, we won there. Okay, now we won 30 cents. Okay, we won 30 cents on that one. So we're going from 27.24. We're going to bet 10 cents on each dozen. That's 20 cents. Again, even if we lose here, we're 10 cents ahead from the previous step. Again, you can scale this up to however you want. The principle and the structure is the same on how you're going to play it. Okay, so now we're playing within the profit level that we want. This one will only win 10 cents, but that's okay. We'd have to win this multiple time because the smallest bet amount for Mickey Mouse is 50 cents. So we lose this one. So now we're going to go all the way back to the start. And on this bankroll, I think it's okay to go in at $5. It's going to definitely build upon what we've been playing. All right, but it's a risk. Actually, right, what did I bet last time? I don't remember what I bet. Let's skip one. This first one did win 5. Okay, so I was right. We did risk $25, so we're going to go back in with a $25 bet and give ourselves another risk, but it's unnecessary because we could do $1. But in this one, remember, we're trying to make just enough so that our next bet, we don't bet more than we win from just the previous one. All right, so it needs some thinking out. So here we go. That's why I like this one to be as big as you're comfortable losing, because if I bet $25 units on this one and then I lower my bets way down, then you can play for a long time without having to worry about it. But you get the gist of it. There's so many ways to play this. That's what I love this twister system. There's so many ways that you can play this and mess around with it and adjust it to whatever risk level you like. All right, there we go. That's a win. So that bumps us up. Now we're at $11.10. We won $5 on that one. So now we're going to go 5 double streets. And I want as much as I can here so that the next level I have some wiggle room because I don't want to bet more than that. So we're going to go $1. And remember, 9 streets needs 90 cents. So this is going to win $1. We're going to go to the next one, which will be 9 streets, 90 cents. So again, even if we lose on 9 streets, we'll still profit 10 cents overall. So our graph should keep going up. That's what we want to do, is kind of have our graph continue to stair step up. So let's see if we can get lucky on this one or not. There we go, right next to the 36, which would have been a loss. And let's see if we can get through the gauntlet. Now we're doing 10-cent bets. A 90 cent. This wins us 30 cents, which means we're going to have to win because after this we go to two dozens. So with our profit of 30 cents, we can go to the 2 dozens with a 10-cent bets each. And again, stay within the profit level from the previous tier. If we win here. If not, we start all over. Ooh, we just barely won. Nice, but it is a win. So we got 30 cents there. And you know what? I'm going to stick with second and third. I actually feel, based on where she's hitting, like we should definitely be first. Let's not be stubborn. Let's move this over to first and second. Now watch her hit third. But I feel like she's hitting, look at these first 2 dozens more. There's a 28 there. But look at all the rest of these. Look at all of these, except for that 28, are the first 2 dozens. All right, let's go. But if anyone can move her to the 3rd dozen, it's me when I play. All right, we got it. We would have won on 2nd, 3rd dozen anyway. All right, so that's 10 cents. Now we got to go from 2 to 20, which would be more than that. So ideally, that's why you want to play more. So we're going to break our rule of having to stay within the profit from the previous, which is why I like to start a lot bigger and then lower your bet so that you don't run into this, so you can always stay within your profit. But this is still a very safe one. We're only betting 50 cents, and we're up $12.50 right now. I mean, that's a good-looking graph. That's a good-looking graph. And that's what I like about the system, too, is you don't get into these deep negative holes that you got to climb out of if the risk is obviously on that first one, right? All right, there's a win. So that's nice because that wins 40 cents. So that goes to 20, and now we're going to go to all on black for 10 cents. And if we win this, we got through the gauntlet and we can be done. Give it a try. Tell me what you think. Give it a try. Play around with the units. Like I said, the best thing you can do is whatever your first one is, try to win as much as your money. Place the biggest bet that you can, ideally, so that you never even have to revisit that size of a bet ever again. Even if you lose down the way, you can lower your bet. So that's why oftentimes when I play Romanovsky with $25 units, oh, we just won. We finally got through the gauntlet on our last one. This was a great session. We win. We're at $13 even, going through the gauntlet a couple times, and we could start it all over. Heck, you don't even have to. At that point, what you could do is like this: 10 cents, 10 cents. And you don't care what you made on the previous one. Now we're just going to play and hope that we stay up above here in the green. And you can say, I'm not going to start over when I lose. I'm just going to go through the gauntlet every single time, no matter what. So you can break this up into different ways you want. But now we're only risking 80 cents at this point, not risking the big bets that we were before, right? So that's a win. A whopping 10 cents. And from there, we would go down to 5 double streets. Let's just run it through and show you what I'm talking about. Just 10-cent bets. No matter what, we're just going to stick with a 10-cent unit bet and play every single strat down the line with 10 cents and see where we end up. Let's go. Let's see. It would be pretty good if we couldn't get through the gauntlet with the other dealer, the previous dealer, but it would be pretty amazing to get through it twice in a row. Okay, got that. Now we're going to go. So we only won 10 cents on that one, remember. So we're going to go down to a 90-cent bet. But if we lose this, we'll have a dip in our profits, but that's okay. Because we're still only betting 90 cents out of this whole chunk. So that's going to be just but a flesh wound. All right, let's go. We've been streaming every day on YouTube again, so check us out. I try to stream 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every single day. And we're still working towards the 1 million challenge, doing great right now. Oh, and we didn't hit it. Okay, so, but look at this blip. Watch that blip right there. Nothing. And you don't even have to raise your bet. You could go back to Romanovsky. You could sit here, and if you wanted to, the other way to play it is you double your bet right here. And so each level, instead of going back, you say, I need to profit at each level. And so we would bet this twice, and that would give us our 3 units of profit that we need, the 30 cents. So that's the other way I do it, is where you don't start back up the beginning, but you tell yourself, I have to win at every stage as I go down the line. But do that after you've got yourself a decent amount of green cushion. All right, there we won. We got to win this twice. Here we go. There's like 2 or 3 players on this table. This table doesn't have very many people at all. You guys notice that? This is the second one. If you hit this home button on stake, it has these tables here. This table is the most popular one, has the most people in. This one barely has anybody in it. All right. So we started out with a bankroll of $1,000, and you see we have a little over $96. 21, boom. That's the 2 win we need. So we won 30 cents. We're 30 cents in profit now from this high point, 13.20. We're at 13.50. That was, now we're going to go to 24. We're going to go to 2 units there. Total of 2 units, 1 on each. 10 cents. Remember, we're just sticking at 10-cent units. Unless you lose, then we're going to do whatever we need to do to recover plus profit. You have to profit at least 1 unit before you can move on. So that's just another way to play this. And it breaks it up. I don't play this strategy way much because I like to see if I can get through the gauntlet one pass at a time, right? So, all right, what are we getting? 13. Good. We won this one. Now we're going to go to Mickey Mouse. 1. If you're not familiar with Mickey Mouse, go to our website, allonblack.net, and it explains Mickey Mouse. It explains a lot of these strategies in detail with images of chip placements, progressions, all of that. allonblack.net. Go up there. Plus, you get a chance to see our crew. You get to see Brad and JT, everybody, Montreal Jacks, Robert, Liz. We got everybody up there who helps out with the channel. All right, let's go. Come on. Oh, that's not a win. Okay, so we're going to double up on this one. So we lost 50 cents. This is a $1 bet, but it wins 80 cents if we win. So on this particular 20 numbers, when you martingale, one hit gets you into profit. So we only need to win once if we martingale here, but we're up to a $1 bet. And you kind of want to watch yourself. If you start winning 3 or, losing 2 or 3 of these, just stop. Don't chase this thing. Because next thing you know, you're at $1 bet, $2, $4, $8 bet, and you're just wiping out your green there. So if you, set yourself a limit. If I can't get it in a couple spins, I'm not going to do it. There, boom. We just won. That's a 20 number system. And we end back here on black. And again, we're going to martingale. What I'm going to do is I'm going to super martingale plus 1 unit, martingale plus unit. That way, actually, we don't need to do that. That's an unnecessary risk. We only need a martingale, and that will always give us our plus 1 unit profit that we need to start again. And this is when you hope you don't have a freaking red run. So if I lose like 3 of these, you just stop. Or maybe you start playing, red, black, red, black, black, or something. Just do something different. All right, but we're going to give it 3 here. I'm going to give it 3. That's 1 progression. We'll do 3 chances here. 2. And I'm hoping we can just end this thing on a good note, winning on one of these first 3 progressions. Come on. I have this stupid cup warming plate thing down here, and I just can't figure out how to turn it off. The thing stays hot. It's got a blue light, it's got a red flashing light, but never wants to come off. I don't know. All right, what do we get here? Come on, give us a black. Give us a black. Boom. All right, look at that. Nice. Now, just us messing around here for 42 minutes, we're up $98.80. Not a bad little session for just messing around, but you get the gist of this. Again, let me know in the comments if you see a better way to improve it, a different strategy style, different strats through the progression that you think would be better. Throw it out there. There's way better ways. There always are when we all look at it, put our heads together, jump into Discord, hit us up there. Get into the roulette channel. If you can find a better system like this that's even safer than this, post it on there. I would love to give it a run on our next live session. So that's it for tonight. Be good humans. Be good to each other. It's not that hard. And remember, every single day, it's us, all of us against the casino. So our knowledge should be open source. We should be sharing it with each other to take them down. All right. Until next time, cheers.